Hello everyone, I'm Chester44, also known as Falai, and welcome to this Let's Play of Queen's Wish 2, The Tormenta! Last episode, we made our way through the Fangs of Judgment. It was a little bit of a fight, as some of the rebels happened to take control of it, and we almost managed to make our way through without finding the last guy, but unfortunately we kinda had to. So let's go in, and we'll head to Etzalam and see what we can find out. Oh, the place is under control now. Now that you've passed the Fangs, it has been resettled. The workers, merchants, and guards have returned. When you talk to them, they are polite and reserved. They have no useful information. They offer no trade. When you ask about the warriors who ambushed you here, they claim to know nothing about it. They say many kind things about Haven, none of which seem sincere. At least Haven can pass freely now. There's nothing else you can achieve here. I wonder if there's anyone in the fort here. Just townspersons, I think. Oh, I never looted that. My mistake. Is this area open now? Nope, it's shut. Okay. There's probably not anyone of note in here. Just townspersons and the like. Alright. You emerge from the smoking ruins of the Fangs of Judgment. To the north you see Ro, a merchant caravan, some scouts, a few warriors. All are staring in shock at the remnants of their mighty wall. Then they turn and leave. Not a panicked flight, but they aren't slow. Soon news of what happened here will spread through the High Litha, and then the Rokaj. Queen Sharon ordered that Haven show its power. It has been done. From the nearby lake you hear a furious roar. You look out over the water and see a single ship. It's a sailing vessel waving the black skull flag of a pirate ship. It is, of course, impossible for a sailing ship of this size to come this far inland. The deck is crowded with... people? They are vague, insubstantial forms, barely visible in the distance. They are shouting a furious message at you, though you can't understand a word of it. And then, a moment later, they vanish. Gone. You only see the lake. Fangs of Judgment south, Etzalam west, Pilgrimage Road north-south. A band of High Lithan warriors dressed in multiple layers of leather and armed with scourges patrols this road. When you get close, they step off and disappear into the woods. After you have safely passed, they emerge from the waste and continue their patrol. They don't want anything to do with us. This valley is blocked from the icy wind by tall peaks to either side. It has created a little pocket of warmth in which a few patches of crops can survive. The few Ro who live up here mainly live on forage and wild game. The ancient Rokaj city of Etzalam is tucked into a small and easily protected side valley to the west. You can see its old crumbling buildings and the remnants of its walls. When guard towers see your approach, many horns are blown. A few dozen High Lithans come out of the city to see the approach of the Havenite who shattered their walls. They watch you for a few minutes. Then they shrug and return to the warmth of their homes. Who are these? You find an informal merchant camp at the south end of this valley. Traders, hunters, and miners can come here to trade without fear of extra questions or taxation from the officials in the towns. When you enter their camp, they don't flee. They don't look happy to see you either. Ask some questions. As expected, you are able to get only the barest of grunts and grumbles. You're sure the travelers here have heard plenty in their travels. They would not be caught dead sharing any of it with you, prince or not. Try to trade with them? Surprisingly, when you approach in kind of a friendly way, they are receptive. They have actually heard enough good things about you to be willing to give you the time of day. They take you to a humble wagon and pull away a tarp, revealing a variety of interesting supplies. Truth Scourge. Interesting. Relevant lore, deep metal, barbed lithoglaive, lightning orb, and healing potion. Okay. Nothing I really need right... Well, it's cheap enough. Grab the rare materials, end your business. The Lithans nod and wave as you depart. They don't like you, they don't trust you. They're angry that you blew up their wall, but they do like you enough to take your money. Alright, Etzalam. Well, they still have a bit of a wall here. Which, I mean, fair enough. Let's see. You enter the city of Etzalam. It is the highest, coldest, poorest city in the Rokaj. Not really a city, actually, more of a trading post where the clans that eke out a survival on the glaciers can come to make contact with the rest of humanity. There are guards, but there aren't many people out on the streets. Understandable considering the cold weather, yet when they see you, the tension and anger on their faces is clear. Things have changed. To get here, you had to destroy the walls and the Fangs of Judgment. You blew up their wall, and everyone knows. In the lowlands, the Row will still pretend they are happy you're here. The High Lithans are refusing to pretend. For now, your mission is to speak with the Rasa of the High Litha and hear his petition. When you're done, nobody will be unhappy about your departure. Alright, first things first, we look around outside, see if there's anything of note. Erudiko Hall of Etzalam. There's a large thermal spring in the southwest corner of town. The air around it is moist and blissfully warm. This must be one of the reasons the settlement was made here. The people of the High Litha come here to bathe. Much business and conversation happen in these warm waters. A few bold souls are out enjoying the pool. Most of the locals are avoiding going out until you are gone. Listen, I'm not hostile here. Also, I noticed that the few people here are actually pretty much naked. Interesting. Okay. Etzalam Forge. Okay, so we have Etzalam Forge, Mist Talker's Hall, City Hall of Etzalam, Firespeak Alehouse, Trading Hall, and the Erudiko Hall. Well, as I do, I will start with the outside building. The ones that don't have any names to them. Nothing in there. Another townsperson, just some beds there. And nothing in here, just a townsperson. Okay, nothing of note in that one. How about in this one? Oh, this is a pretty nice building, I have to say. Okay, there's the bathroom. It looks like they have bathrooms on both sides. Fancy, I have to say. Alright, let's take a look at the Erudiko Hall. Erud Dastan. The Erudiko have built a small hall up here in the mountains. There's an alchemy workshop, though it is largely neglected right now. The only Erud here is pacing back and forth while reading a book. You struggle to get his attention. When he finally looks up from his tome, he says, "Oh, a visitor." He is anxious. He doesn't deal with a lot of outsiders. "A Havenite, I see. I am Erud Dastan. Welcome to this hall of learning and wisdom. All are welcome here." "What do you study here?" "Oh, we do a bit of alchemy, as you saw. Mainly treatments and medicines and ointments to help the High Lithans deal with their icy lives. I mainly study history." "I could use more potions." "Oh, even if we could make that sort of thing, our alchemist had to rush down to the Tower of Erudiko. Some sort of urgent meeting. Don't know anything about it. Wasn't invited." "You study history up there?" "Of course. The High Lithans have a major role to play in the lives of the Row. They take their history very seriously." "Why?" "The High Lithans guard the deep truth of the Rokaj. They decide what it means to be a Row. They decide when that changes. This is a difficult task. They can't do it without studying history. They need to know how the Row tried to change in the past and what resulted from it." While you talk to Erud Dastan, he leads you into the library. He seems surprisingly comprehensive for this little hall high up in the mountains. As he talks to you, he straightens up his collection. The books seem to comfort him. "All are welcome here?" "Of course. The Erudiko gathers knowledge. We want to share our learning with the world. We want the world to know that the Rokaj battles mysteries with the same passion we battle each other. We welcome all, even those we fear." "Like who?" That question stops him. We don't fear anyone. Not right now. All is well in our lands." Uh-huh. "What sort of history are you studying?" "Right now, I am studying the cycle of conquest. The Rasas of the Row have had many questions." "The cycle of conquest?" "The Rokaj has been conquered many times. Outsiders see the wealth of our mountains, and they see our people as simple barbarians. This begins a process. First, conquest and exploitation. Then, in time, the Rokaj eject them. It is a common pattern. How many times has the Ro been conquered? The Ro is older than our history. We have recorded 4 full cycles of conquest and expulsion. Of course, our vassalage to Haven is not counted. We want to be your vassals. How do you shake off your oppressors? An explosion of fury and blood so rapid and surprising that even we Ro didn't fully expect it. So Haven will be thrown out eventually. Of course not! I must stress, we are happy to be Haven's vassals. You bring much security and wealth. Plus, we can never be free of you. We learned that lesson well. Learned the lesson. We tried to rise up a century ago. The Great Uprising. Haven responded with great force. Our warriors were slaughtered, our walls destroyed. I doubt a full uprising will ever happen again. Can I help with your research? Oh, an unexpected question. But Haven does like to learn. Yes, there is a place I wanted to investigate. The low crypts of the Laracon ruins. Catacombs are a great place to learn about the past, and no Arud has investigated those tunnels. Yes, if you want to help, that would be a good place to search for knowledge. Where are the Laracon ruins? Burrowed under the mountains to the east. Why don't you go yourself? I'm afraid that the ruins will be full of fierce monsters. I have tried to get others to go, but they say it will bring great risk and no benefit. Laracon ruins, eh? Well, we've already been there once, so we know where it is. Oop, didn't want to speak to him. Library, nothing of note in there. What do we got upstairs? Storage room. The Rokaj Peaks. The highest elevations of the Rokaj are the high peaks. Their ridges and valleys are too cold and barren to support life for long. That does not mean that they're never visited. Shamans sometimes visit them looking for visions. Strange beasts can be found in tunnels in the crags. Most importantly, the highest peak contains Prova Krug, the ancient place of meetings and trials for the Rokaj. Sometimes an army will gather in the Rokaj Peaks before it begins its campaign. This is a highly impractical thing for a military force, but it serves a purpose in their culture. When an army gathers in the peaks, it is declaring that they fight to preserve the deepest truths of the Ro. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And something tells me that's where we're probably going to fight an army. Alright, what do we got? The trading hall. Let's see what we've got here. A Ro merchant stands behind the counter waiting to trade with you. He doesn't look Lithan, too short and too dark a complexion. He gives you a nervous smile as you approach. The Ro sitting around the fire grow quiet. Welcome, noble envoy of Haven, the merchant says in a strained voice. I am trader Abzal. I am eager to help you. Are you from the High Litha? I am not. I came up here from the Kranos woods to start this post. The High Lithans don't do a lot of trading. Why not? I don't know. I think it's not in their blood. Business. They stick closer to the old ways here. Hunt in the glaciers, mining. Folk from the Kranos often come up here to work. Do you miss the Kranos? Of course. Sometimes I miss seeing green trees so much I could shout. I will earn enough to become established in life. Then I will go home and another will take my place. Do you have a problem trading with me? Of course not. We are all people of Haven here. It is an honor to have you. Trainer Abzal smiles. What else do you need before you go, envoy of Haven? He seems friendly, but the atmosphere is still tense. Heard any rumors recently? Rumors? No, nothing. I'm looking for a package of herbs that was never delivered to Fort Precipice. He looks at the Ro sitting around the fire. Then he makes a decision. I have heard rumors. Lots of caravans attacked, merchants killed, the wagons taken up to Icegate. I think nobody here right now likes the caravans being attacked. The men at the fire thinks about this. Then they nod. No rumors? Nothing about events up here? None at all. Things have been peaceful. Haven's rule has left us happy and content. Alright, what do you have to sell? Scourges, glow blades. Ring of Protection, we've already got one, so we're fine. Okay, so... Oh, there they are. The ice gate. Oh, we have the ice gate and the upper ice gate. Okay, I didn't realize that was actually covered by that. Okay, so the ice gate actually has 2 areas to it. That's interesting. That's something to deal with later. Next we have the Fire Peak Ale House. Trader Bekza. There is one soldier of Haven in the inn. He sits in the back corner of all of the row, keep a safe distance away. You note that he looks like most of the other people here. He has the build and pale complexion of a High Lithan. As you approach, he rises. I am honored, Prince. I am Captain Bekza. He salutes. I'll return to the salute. That formality settled, you sit, and he fetches you a drink. It's good to see you. I have had a cold reception here, in all sorts of ways. What brings you to Etzalam? I act as a trader for the downward forts. Much of our army is camped outside Lascara. They sent me to get supplies. Since I am Ro, I was their first choice to deal with the High Lithans. You're from the Rokaj. Of course. Many of our people join with Haven. We are your vassals, after all. People from all over the Empire serve all over the Empire. Any luck getting supplies? No, none downward. None here. I'm running out of places to go. Learn anything interesting? Yes. Everyone is out of everything. Our soldiers at Lascara are having trouble being properly supplied. It's very odd. Odd how so? This has never happened before. Things have been chaotic, but not so bad that there would be major shortages. Yet suddenly, merchants I have traded with for years are scared to help Haven. Is that because I destroyed their wall? That didn't help, I assure you. However, these problems started well before that. Rosses are being killed, remember? After you arrived in the Rokaj, though. You spend some time talking to Captain Bekza. The other patrons of the inn watch you from a distance. Does Haven have a hall here? No, our only outpost up here is Glacier Keep. Who made that decision? Governor Ivana. She doesn't like for her warriors to be too visible. It upsets the High Lithans. She likes to keep things quiet. Tell me about her. You're here to evaluate her, aren't you? Well, she's one of the better governors. She understands the High Lithans. Well, as well as an outsider can, anyway. Where are you going from here? Downward. There's nothing for us up here. I'll have to return to the Kranus Woods in the Low Daga. I'm going to have to cause some trouble. It worries me. What worries you? Normally, the Rokaj would not attack Haven. The Geldnast would never assassinate a Havenite. Yet the things I've been seeing... There's a new anger in the air. A new danger. I'm looking behind me when I walk down the street. You're attracting some annoyed looks. That is all I can say for now. Please leave me. I need to try to trade again. He rises and crosses the bar. Trader Umita. There are several merchants in the inn trading and haggling. Most actively avoid you. One of them catches your eye and pulls you off to the side of the inn. She leans close to you and says, in a voice hard to hear over the din of the inn, I am Trader Umita. We should not talk long. You are Haven. Perhaps we can do business. Where are you from? The Gentle Coast, mainly. I do the pilgrimage road runs. The High Litha tolerates me. They need to buy and sell. Can't aggravate them, though. I'd like to know more about the High Litha. She says something. It comes out as a low mumble. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Sorry. I said that they keep to themselves. They don't like the Gentle Coast. Think we're weak, though they're happy to take our money. Lately, though, things have been different. They're more remote. Angrier. That's why I'm so nervous. Trader Umita leans close and speaks with you, though she is careful to make sure nobody overhears. Sometimes the other patrons of the inn give her a skeptical look. She grows slowly more nervous as the conversation continues. Heard anything interesting in your travels? No, that is worrying. I'm talking to you just because it's good to have someone to talk to. My usual contacts are avoiding me. I can't even learn what roads have brigands on them. I'm looking for a package of herbs that was never delivered to Fort Precipice. Lots of caravans have been disappearing from the roads. Someone else might say who's attacking them and where the goods are taken. I don't know. What do you trade? The High Litha trade their quicksilver. In return, I bring food, medicine, tools, all the luxuries of life the Lithan Rasa allows. Is there much quicksilver in these high peaks? Up this far? Not much. A few decent mines. Those are the ones I trade with. The poor folk up here don't have many ways to earn hard currency. Haven is in need of quicksilver. This gets some thought. I might be able to help. I know a place that needs help. I can get their quicksilver to you. She looks again to make sure nobody is listening. Go north to the pit of the ice worm. Return to me when they are willing to send you quicksilver. That's quite a name. It's a place with a long history. Why was it so scary to tell me that? I don't understand the High Lithans anymore. What they are doing, what they are thinking. I need to be cautious. I can't be seen as loving Haven too much. I'd like to know more. Then go to the pit. They'll tell you what is wrong. Okay. Pit of the Ice Worm. Amusingly, we've been through Worm's Teeth and gone to the pit in the underworld, but now we have the Pit of the Ice Worm. It's called the Ice Naga. Oh, great. I think I know exactly what we're going to be dealing with there. As if it wasn't obvious. Okay, nothing else here. Let's see. Miss Talker's home. Well, first let's go into the forge. This cave has been a smithy for centuries. The smoke escapes through a brick chimney in the ceiling, and the hole is caked with huge clumps of black gunk slowly accumulated over many years. The current smith is a woman with olive skin. She isn't pleased by the intrusion, but the row reflex toward courtesy kicks in. Welcome, visitor from Haven. I am Sayaga the smith, come to Etzalam to work my trade. Where are you from? I left the Lodaga when I was young. I am doing horribly at guessing people's origins. After a time of wandering, I came here. I selected my craft, and the smiths here were willing to teach me. Why did you leave your home? She looks at the insignia on your shoulder. Then she chooses her words carefully. I was born with the desire to work, to create. This is not encouraged for women of the Lodaga. A few Dagan women are like me. They leave our home for a different life. I would like to know more. Then you should go to the Lodaga. It is not my place to lecture royalty. What do you craft here? Some tools, of course. A lot of ice climbing equipment, spikes and such. Sometimes I have dreams of more ambitious projects, of course. Right now I make what we need. There are a lot of weapons here. Ah, yes. Well, all row have lots of weapons. They are here. I repair weapons sometimes, but I don't make them. Do you have any wares I can buy? She shakes her head. The humble things I make would not interest you. The weapons we have, we need. All of them are worse than what you bear anyway. You continue to speak with Sayaga. You enjoy the warmth. She enjoys the rest. Still, she constantly hints that she wants to return to work. This is a large workshop. It is an old place, capable of great things. It is an honor to work here, even if I just make spikes and hatchets. Can you craft something special for me? I would, truth be told. In a more peaceful time, I would offer my aid. Right now, I am too busy. I could use variety in my work. Just repairing a truly fine blade. That would be a much-needed pleasure. Actually, I have a sword that needs some repairs. The piratical sword. She takes the old, strange blade in her hands. This is remarkable. I could repair it. Bring it back to its full potential. I don't have time, but I can't pass up a chance like this. How might it be fixed? Depends on the materials I use. With 2 bars of deep metal and 2 crystals of the correct quality, I could repair the crack. It could be a blade of great power. However, if I could infuse the blade with amber and clarity brew, I could emphasize its natural magic. It would be able to cast forth rainbows of energy, though it would then be useless as a melee weapon. So, battle or magery? I'm going to save, and then I'm going to take a look at what it does. Give me a moment. Okay, so currently... Oh, there it is. Currently, plus 3% to hit chance, critical chance, and physical evasion. Also, I'm worried I may lose the augmentations. Let's see what happens. What if we make it better for battle? You give her the materials and she carries out the repairs. It's a quick process. She works with great dexterity and efficiency. Soon the blade is repaired. Thank you, Havenite. This was a pleasure. Okay, it still has the augmentations. Physical damage to foe and foe near target, and... Actually, it is very powerful. More powerful than what you're currently wielding. Difference is it wouldn't be magical damage, it would be physical damage. But it is a lot more damage. What if I do the other thing? Okay, so what if we turn it into shooting rainbows? Cutlass of Radiance. Same thing. Now it does magical damage. A rainbow blast, which can do confusion for 2 turns. And it becomes 3 augmentations. Is that better than what you have? Much better. Well, the difference is it's not a wand, it's a staff. That's the difference. That would explain it, and we'd lose out on a lot of augmentation slots. So, it wouldn't be worth it. One moment. I'll be honest. As nice as that piratical blade would be as a melee weapon, as powerful as it would be, much more powerful than Temptation, the fact that Temptation does the bleeding and the poison and does magical damage basically balances out the setup we have. Because currently, we got 2 people who do melee damage and 2 that do magic damage. So that balances it out. In addition, the bleeding and the poison helps out a lot with this. So, as nice as it would be to have a much better sword, I think I'm going to hold off on that. And I'll save the resources. Much of the original colony of Etzalam was dug out into the cave. The tunnels provided shelter from the cold and harsh winds outside. People aren't living back here now. Instead, the tunnels are full of supplies. Piles of wood, weapons, also stone. Many piles of large stone blocks. They are clean, new, and ready for construction. Fair enough. Defiling the water reserves punishable by immediate death. In other words, don't piss in our reserves. Oh. This must be the city hall. Let's see. The Geld Nas. Okay, we already know about them. Yep, this is City Hall. I didn't expect it to be connected there. My mistake. Alright, let me take a look in this hall first. Let's see. Oh, right, this is the Mist Talker Hall. Provakrug. Provakrug is a stone circle on the highest of the Rokaj peaks. It is a frozen, barren place made by unknown builders before recorded histories. When the differing cultures and clans of the Ro have a great dispute that must be settled, they come to Provakrug. If they don't have the strength to get there and survive on the icy, wind-blasted peaks, they are not strong enough to prevail. It is one of the oldest customs of the Ro that all of its people must be granted free passage to Provakrug. Of course, this courtesy does not extend to invaders. It is fitting that these fierce people chose such an inhospitable realm for all of their most serious deliberations. Alright. Mistalker Uatsi. This hall is full of statues. They are all of honored Ro. Warriors, of course, but also Eruds, explorers, and a few ordinary-looking people as well. Much of the history of this land is kept by the Mistalkers. One of them is sitting cross-legged here, sipping tea. She is a woman, exhausted and half awake. When you are close, her eyes snap open. She coughs a bit and slowly rises. Oh, hello, Haven. I am Miss Talker Uasi. It is always an honor to be visited by our keepers. What does a Miss Talker do? We talk to the ghosts of the High Litha. Our honored dead are buried here. Sometimes their spirits emerge. Sometimes those spirits are angry. The Miss Talkers hear their wisdom and, if needed, return them to their rest. Are there many ghosts up here? So many, though most spend their time quietly fading into nothingness. It was only recently that many of them started to emerge. Sometimes events anger them, and they rise up to speak and cause trouble in numbers. The angriest ones are on the highest peaks. I was just up there. That is why I am so tired. What sort of events? I don't know. Sometimes the spirits have a hard time making themselves understood. They are angry, that is all I know. What sort of spirits are on the highest peaks?
The strongest. The ones who have such rage and power that they can leave their burial places and march to Krog. Those are the ones most determined to take part in decisions. They are also the hardest ones to calm.
And you say you were on the highest peaks recently?
Yes, well, not that recently. I don't know what is happening up there. It has been some time since I passed through the ice gate.
You sit and speak with Miss Takarwatsi. She is very friendly compared to Etzalam. She pours you tea and speaks about the town. Sometimes she nods off for a moment, then a coughing fit wakes her. How have the spirits been lately?
Angry. I'm sure you have met them. Angry ghosts rising all over the High Litha.
Why have they been so angry? A long pause.
Haven is just to us. You are wise rulers, yet some of the older ghosts don't realize how much good you have brought us. They rise to complain, and I calm them.
Aha. You're able to calm them.
Once I could. My force of will was once enough for most. My spells sent the rest back to rest. Now, the spirits are so angry. They know things are... I don't know what they know. I only see that they are far more eager to lash out now. It is harder to fight them.
What will you do now?
I will rest. When I am well, I will go back out into the snow. It is my purpose. I am needed.
You are unwell.
My last journey was... difficult. The spirits would not listen. I had to fight more than I am used to. These are things that need doing, and I am being too slow.
Perhaps I can help. She thinks about this. She is quiet for a while. You think she's nodded off. Then she reaches behind her, produces a sack, and hands it to you. You look inside it. It is full of shards of shattered weapons.
Perhaps something can be done by Haven. Perhaps if the spirits see you, it will calm them. There are 3 stone circles near us. The spirits are drawn to them. That is why they were built. Give those spirits an offering of those shards. It will calm them.
Where are the circles?
The 3 are to the north and east.
Why would anyone want these metal shards?
They were the weapons of those Ro who fell in battle. Each of those blades was held by one who died. The spirits, they can sense that. Each blade is touched by death. It is a gift the ghosts honor.
A simple enough task, and we'll probably end up having to do some fighting. Okay. I'm going to have to end this episode here, lest... well... Sure, let's talk to the people in the main hall here. The episode will go a little long. Watcher Aiden. A warrior of the Ro is sitting at this table, polishing one of a pair of long swords. He is exhausted, barely awake, and his exposed skin has been chapped by long days riding across the glaciers. When you approach him, he lets out a sigh and sets his work aside.
Greetings, Havenite. I am Watcher Aiden of Etzalam. I can speak with you, but you can learn much more from my master in the next room.
You are a watcher.
That is my service. The High Litha guards the true path and beliefs of the Rokaj. When our elders think something is going astray, a watcher is sent to see what is being done. Then we judge.
What happens if you approve?
Nothing. The Rokaj can change to adapt to the rest of the world. However, this must happen very slowly. We must debate and choose how we change. Otherwise, being Ro has no meaning.
What happens if they've gone astray?
I report this to our elders. Then they make their thoughts known to the Rokaj. Those who have gone astray are then influenced by those around them. If this does not correct them, if they ignore the wisdom of the high mountains, more steps are taken.
How do you judge? He puts his hand on his heart.
I was brought up on the icy glaciers. I learned to fight and to survive. I was brought up to be a true Ro. My heart is pure and knows our ways. It knows what judges. It is what judges.
I would like to know more.
You can never know more, half-Ro. You were raised in a decadent land. You can never ever understand what it is to be us.
To his credit, very few people in the known world are brave or foolish enough to speak to Havenite royalty that way. Watcher Aiden cleans and sharpens his blades as he speaks with you. He pays close attention to the work as if he expects to see battle soon. Anything I can help you with?
No.
He runs a stone down the length of his sword. Where was your last journey? He sets his blade aside for a moment.
Too many places. It was the wish of Rasa Suharum that I ride the length and breadth of the Ro, getting the thoughts of many of our people as quickly as possible.
Why so many places so quickly?
The business of the Rokaj.
I need to find Rasa Suharam. Have you seen him?
While I was on my journey, he moved. I don't know where he has gone.
When he speaks, he avoids your gaze. You are sure that he is lying. That is not the truth.
Think what you wish.
He picks his sword back up and resumes sharpening it. You get no more useful conversation out of him. And now we have Master Seira. The Master of Etzalam is sitting on one of the tarnished metal thrones. She sits like a statue, arms on the armrest, barely watching you as you approach. She reminds you of Mother. The guards keep their hands near their weapons. When you are too close to ignore, she turns her head toward you.
You have come to Etzalam. You would not be denied. I am Seira. I am the master here.
I am Prince Rupert of Haven.
I know who you are. I know why you have come. We tried to keep you away. We have failed. You will go where you wish, but I will not help you.
I would like to know about Etzalam.
It is a city of the High Litha. It is a cold place, in temperature and in our attitude to you. You will find little help here.
How old is this town?
Settlers of the Row have come here to take the waters for all of our history. We have very long memories. The actions you took to get here, they will not be forgotten.
Looks like you're gathering a lot of supplies.
We gather food and equipment to survive the winter. We are different from no other city in your empire.
She's not wrong, but you suspect that there is more than that going on. Any problems I can help with?
There is not. I can't ask you for help. Only answers. There is great fear here now and great rage. We have suffered a loss and we do not know how to react. I fear what must come.
What do you mean?
I mean that you have invaded us. Someone chose to keep you out. Someone closed the wall at the Fangs of Judgment. Then you destroyed it. You attacked us.
Well, why did you keep me out?
I didn't. It wasn't my decision. Others went to close the wall. I don't know why they did it. However, your destruction of the wall affects us all. We don't know why this happened, but the result is that we are very angry.
Destroying your wall was a mistake. She nods.
It is good to hear you know it. Yet the mistake was made. Now we both must wait for the consequences.
You need to be less vague. What is happening? Just for a moment her composure breaks. A bit of her frustration comes through.
I don't know. I only rule this small town. There are things my Rasa doesn't want me to know. I don't know why our walls were closed to you. People in this town are shocked, frustrated, and though they would not admit it, very afraid. If you want to solve your mysteries, you won't do it here.
Master Seira watches you silently. You wait for her to say something. She is very, very good at staying quiet. No tea or food are offered. What happens in this hall?
This is a meeting hall where the wisest of the High Lithans come. There are celebrations, funerals. Most often there are debates.
What sort of debates?
The High Lithans have a vital role in our land. We remember our true ways when outsiders would make us forget them. We decide when we have strayed too far from our deep truth. When we are displeased, we make our feelings known.
My father was Ro. I want to learn more about my people.
Consort Darmal was Ro, but he was brought by Haven. He gave us trinkets and stole our spirit in return. He did not do right by you. He did not tell you about your deep truth.
And what is my deep truth?
That if you want to be Ro, even in part, you must know this. The Rokaj has been conquered and conquered again, but our destiny is to be free. If you are not bringing our freedom closer, you are no Ro.
I will not comment on that. Okay. I need to talk to Rasa Suharam.
I can't help you. I don't know where he is.
It is very hard to read her, but this is very likely not true.
Perhaps he does not want to talk to you.
Shouldn't you know where he is?
I am a master. I watch Etzalam when the Rasa is away, which is almost always. No, I don't know where he is.
Again, you have doubts. You are lying. She looks you in the eyes.
I will not help you find the Rasa. He doesn't want you to see him. I must respect it.
I'll just go find him then. Do that then. Chase disaster, find the Rasa, and leave my village alone. Good day. While I'm here, I'm looking for a package of herbs that was never delivered to Fort Precipice. She is irked. So you invaded our land to get a package of herbs? I am trying to stop a war. You think I have nothing more important to worry about now? No, I don't know about your herbs. Okay, then. Give me a moment. I'm curious what would happen if I say... let's see. Oh, I can't actually say it now. Okay, never mind. I can't speak with her about that now. Very well, she won't help us. And with that, I'm going to end this episode here, because it's gone on way long enough. Longer than normal. Next episode, well, we have another location to go to, and that will be our fort. We will immediately head right up to our fort and get it claimed and cleared out so that we can do more building. As for the quests we have... Yeah, we've only got a few at the moment. We'll probably get more when we go to the fort. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Rupert, Elspeth, Terrence, and Patricia. This has been a Let's Play of Queen's Wish 2, The Tormenta. And I shall see you all next time.